Hi, my name is Matthew Marquardt. I'm a parishioner at St. Patrick's Parish in the Shrine of our Mother of Perpetual Help in Toronto. I first came to Canada in Toronto about 12 years ago. I'm active with the social justice group at St. Patrick's and with several other ministries. I've been asked to talk a bit about the ways in which my devotion to Mary has influenced my life. At work, at church, and most importantly, at home. Basically, it's a story of trust. Trust in God, the Holy Spirit, and if you'll take my advice, Mary, His Immaculate Mother. We are told that faith the size of a mustard seed will enable us to move mountains. And I am learning slowly, bit by bit, that that is literally true. We, each of us, need to learn to really let go, to trust in God and Mary, and to pray with confidence. Prayer with confidence is always heard and answered. My devotion to Mary started at the very beginning of my life, literally with my birth. But it's not always existed at the level that it is now. My story seems to be a story of God putting all the pieces of His plan in place, waiting until things are just as He wants them, and then letting His story unfold. For me, Mother Mary has always been a very patient part of that plan. I've always felt that I should strive to be a good Catholic, but a part of what was given to me in life is a sense of inquiry and skepticism, and for a while, that was holding me up. For those who don't know me, I'm a former Dallas policeman and aerospace engineer, and I'm now a partner in a Bay Street law firm. At times in those jobs, it's easy to become reluctant, distracted, and inattentive to the Lord. Perhaps that was all given to me in order to build up the result of my acceptance when it finally came, like water building behind a dam. It was only about 15 years ago, in a moment of extreme distress, that I reached out for help. But my answer was immediate and unmistakable. It immediately set me on a path of praying for guidance from the Lord. One of the most humbling joys of my life is that that process led directly and clearly back to Mary. The joy of having the love of such a beautiful, proper, and supportive mother is overwhelming. With every day, with every prayer, and with every answer to every prayer, my devotion to Mary grows stronger. Every day, in one way or another, I renew my consecration to Mary, and every day Mary finds new ways of responding to me. The strength and the beauty of her support make me cry, literally, almost every day. Devotion to Mary has improved my legal practice. I find that I'm increasingly provided with opportunities to assist with projects that have beneficial social impact. Inventions related to clean technologies, and opportunities to speak to government officials about ways to encourage environmentally sound innovation, for example. More importantly, my wife, who was the first and greatest of the gifts that God gave me when I finally began to ask for guidance. She and I find that others in the office, our partners, our junior associates, and our office staff frequently come to us for chats about life's big questions. Even business clients are encouraged and often close emails with blessings referring explicitly to God. Lawyers who are known to be aggressive become easier to deal with and more fair-minded and straightforward. At church, with Mary and her son's guidance, we've been allowed to build a social justice committee which has borne remarkable fruit. It has spun off voters' education and sustainable peace initiatives, for example, and it's led some of us to involvement with organizations like Development and Peace and Pax Christi. We've been able to contribute to our parish's refugee sponsorship efforts. At home, my children have grown closer to both me and to God. Not, I hope, because I chide them constantly, but because they see that my devotion to others, my fellow parishioners, my clients, and others who cross my path, are sincere and committed. My daughters travel to India to visit the orphanage our parish supports, and she recently accepted a teaching job with a small Catholic school board in British Columbia. My son challenges me, tongue-in-cheek, with questions related to God, the universe, and life with his friends in a quietly smiling way that lets me know he's on a good path. This is not at all to say that my devotion has made me a perfect person. Very often, I fail to trust Mother Mary and her Son to help me when I'm overly busy, or when I'm tired, or when that last person of the day just needs to be listened to for a few minutes longer. I sink into myself and I forget that I'm meant to be doing the Lord's and my mother's work and not my own. And I get cranky. I snap at people, and at times I'm slow to call them back. Every one of these failures stems from a lack of faith. If I simply close my eyes, talk to Mother, and ask her to help with these things, everything works out all right. Better than all right. Better than I could possibly hope. Slowly, I'm learning to bring prayer to mind throughout the day and to ask for guidance before each and every decision, even before I go out to find lunch, for example, and always I find that my prayer is rewarded. Slowly, my faith, manifested in growing reliance, is building. I'm thrilled about the places that devotion to Mary is going to lead. Given that my Lord's and my mother's goals are the same as mine, the love of others, support, and the gathering of all God's peoples, I can see that we are heading to very inspiring places. I also know with certainty that the love that's been shared with me is not for me alone. We all know how parents can love their children equally in different ways. Given how much better God, His Son, and Mother Mary are as parents than we are, how much better are they able to love each of us as individuals as who we are? Truly, I say to you, when you were younger, you used to dress yourself and go where you wanted. But if you will put your hands into Mary's, if you offer her your hurts and your uncertainties and ask for her guidance, then as you grow older, you will stretch out your hands and someone else will dress you and lead you to places you never dreamed of, places that will fill you with joy. God bless us all, and Ave Maria. Pray the Rosary daily.